I grew up not really dancing at all. So this was all a really new experience for me, and just trying to get comfortable with moving my body to music in general, and then incorporating a whole partnership into it is it was challenging, but it's been really fun, a really fun journey.
I really wanted to dance with a partner. Like I had always wanted that. I've danced by myself for the most part, and I knew it was really out of Connor's comfort level. And so I'm really proud of him because he's completely stepped out of what was comfortable for him to try something that I loved, so we could build a connection through that. And that's what, I think I pushed us into this, but then we have been together keeping that going and finding value in it, and loving dance in our own ways and in a new way for me too.
It's a really good bonding experience, like for our relationship, and so it helps us feel a deep sense of connection, and we walk out of here feeling more love than ever, because we feel so good together, and we're connecting on an emotional level, but also like connecting through the music, and it really makes your heart feel warm, and it's great.
So maybe you should check yourself before you tell me what you think.
I came in thinking like, oh, I just don't know how to dance, I'm going to be a bad dancer. But then, like, once you get comfortable with just moving in general to music, when you're with a partner doing that, and you're going through the tricks, it's a nice realization when you realize, like, okay, yes, there's a certain trick you're trying to pull off, but like how exactly to go about that really depends on the person, and how it feels right to the two of you. And the only way to figure that out is to like try together and do things, try little nuance things together, and you're like, oh, that felt right. And then you're like, you two know together, like, we do it this way, and that feels good. These other people kind of do it that way, and that feels good for them. But like, it's definitely, everybody has their own thing, and like realizing that by practice, it feels good.
They say, oh my God, I see the way you shine. Take your hand, my dear.
I don't know if it was challenging. I guess, yeah, like it's, as far as getting in rhythm with each other can be hard, but it was so fun. So it's even harder for me to be like, it's so challenging. Like it had its difficulties, but I don't know. I feel like for me, I was really wanting to be really patient, or trying to be really patient with the fact that we were like in different places and comfort with it. So even though I have some dance background, breaking it up the way that that you had us do for flow was really, that part was difficult for me, because I was like, oh, I have to slow down and think about these like individual kind of isolated aspects of dance. And so that part for like me as an individual was interesting and had its difficulties. But honestly, I feel like the program flowed very well. It made a lot of sense. I feel like if we had tried, now that I've done it, if we had tried what I wanted to do when we stepped into the room, I feel like we would have failed. So I'm grateful for the breakdown. It's pretty unique, I think. I feel like it's that absent, like the mind is sort of taken a back seat, and there's really just a vibe happening, and yeah, there's less thought in how to move and follow and lead, and it just, it's very water-like, flow,
Yeah.
It feels seamless and very fun. And I think it's kind of meditative, because at the end you have that like blissful feeling. Like we didn't even need to tell each other what to do, and it just kind of went.
Yeah. You just kind of, you stop thinking about everything that you learned, and you're just kind of feeling into the music and like vibing together, and you can see, like, when you connect eyes, you can tell, like, oh yeah, their brainwaves are right here, and I'm right there, and like everything else doesn't matter. We're just like, yeah.
Actually, something really interesting that I noticed is in the beginning, I don't know how it was for you, but initially keeping eye contact the whole time, even though we do that, I would say like I'm someone who's comfortable with eye contact, but it was kind of awkward. Like I couldn't hold it the whole time. And now when we dance, it's like I can tell how that's part of how we're like telling each other what's gonna happen in a way without words. Mm-hmm. Is this like, I don't feel like I ever take my eyes off your eyes. Yeah. Basically like almost the whole time while we're moving. And I see how that informs the flow aspect too. Mm-hmm. And I'm really comfortable with it now, and it's fun. Yeah.
Something nice that I've noticed when we're doing that is sometimes I'll be too in my head thinking about, oh, what next? But then I'll like refocus on your eyes, and you'll have this, there's something subtle there that's just telling me like, hey, relax. I'm like, oh yeah, okay. Oh yeah, all right. Cool, let's flow.
I wanna know what you wanna do.
It feels like it brings a deep element of just playfulness in life, which feels good. You know, you can. The other day we were in the grocery store and there was a song playing, and I was just in the middle of the aisle, like, yeah, all right. There was other people around us, and I was like, I don't care anymore. Like,
and he would have not done that, like not even close a couple months ago. Definitely not.
Yeah.
I've definitely seen your freedom. Like you seem more free as a human, and that's really wonderful for me to see. And I think it's a form of freedom that I've had for me, and I was like, you just gotta feel it. It feels so good when the music's like taking you over, and you don't have to think, and it's just very relaxing.
Yeah.
And fun and playful, like you said. So I feel like for our relationship, it's like you were saying earlier, it's super builds intimacy and builds this closeness, and is something that we can pull out at any time in the grocery store or whatnot.
Or at home.
Or at home, yeah. And we've come to class before class, like having kind of like we had maybe not a fight or something like tension-wise coming in before the class. And I always had the trust that when we came in here, I just knew it was going to feel better after. Yeah. And that's kind of a magic in itself, you know?
Yeah, you can walk in with that tension and walk out and just be like, God.
What were we fighting about?
Yeah, like my heart feels so full right now.
I love you.
I love you.
But I think I can help what you're looking for.
To me, that would be a more peaceful world, because to dance, you need to be connected to your body. And there's so much, like in our world, violence and hatred that's very connected to the fact that people aren't in touch with their bodies and don't know how to move without the mind, have a moment without the mind, and have just your body informing something that just feels good. Like there's no reason to dance besides it feels amazing, it's pleasurable, it's fun, you know. And I think if everyone had that freedom in their bodies, I think that would be like a far more peaceful and loving world. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All day.
To be comfortable with dance shows that you're in touch with your heart. And when you're in touch with your heart, you can't help but like feel for others also. And it'll help transition, I think, into a more peaceful world.
All day.
Let's get this world dancing!